Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Culture Shock, the show that's going to tell you that Chicago is not looking too good. In fact, its mayor, Lori Lightfoot, decided to do this. The cringe level is above 9,000. Holy crap. Whoever thought this was a good idea should probably lose their job. All right, guys, here we go again. It's been a crazy week. Now, I haven't done a video in a while since the Breonna Taylor and the Kyle Rittenhouse one. If you haven't checked that out, go and watch that video. I tried to kind of explain the difference between the two, but essentially they're both the same. Okay, so go watch that video, check it out. I also did a whole live stream with the debate between Trump and Biden last week. Now listen, I can't keep up with every current event that's going on. It happens at such a fast pace that I can't even begin to start to calculate like how am I going to do this, because the moment I start figuring out what video I'm going to do next on whatever topic, another thing happens. This week we had the debate, then Trump got sick, and then we had Pelosi trying to invoke the 25th Amendment, and then everyone's talking about how Trump didn't condemn white supremacy. It's just too much, people. I can't keep up. It's amazing how everything sucks in 2020, and it's not even us. We all know it's the left that's crying about everything. Everything that comes out of Trump's mouth, it's bad. It's the end of the world. Cthulhu's coming. It's over whenever this dude talks to the left, okay? Like I said before, he could stand on a corner with a sign that says free hugs, and somehow that would be deemed racist. All right, so before we get started into the video, of course, guys, let's follow the whole routine. Like, subscribe, share the video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Leave your comments and all your opinions in the comment section. Of course, I will read every single one of those because I do. So if you want to troll me in the comments, have at it. I love those. I love those. Those are the best. So go on and have your fun. Of course, I have a podcast now where you can get the audio version of this video, listen to it on your way to work, while you're at work, on your way home from work, or just hanging around the house cleaning, do whatever you got to do. We're about to break 10 listens on my podcast, so that's great. There's also Discord, so if you haven't joined my Discord server yet, get on that. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to keep in touch with me, to keep in touch with everyone who's following the channel, and so on and so forth. All right, so to the meat of everything. But before we get into that, this week, just like I stated before, Donald Trump and the First Lady, Melania Trump, were diagnosed with confirmed cases of COVID. So first and foremost, my prayers come out to our Commander-in-Chief and the First Lady. I hope they do get well soon. So far, it looks like he's doing awesome. He's showing mild symptoms. He was actually taken to the hospital, I think, on Friday. Kind of worried me a little bit, but he's talking to the public. He's keeping a nice, strong face going, and everything looks like hopefully it'll be okay. But, you know, the left is taking advantage of this. Twitter actually put out a statement saying that anyone wishing death on the president, their accounts would be suspended. Well, you know what, Twitter, I've seen so many people wishing death on the president, and I don't think you've kept up your end of the bargain here. So what's up? I mean, I can say the C word on Twitter and get put on timeout for a week, but someone wishing death on the president and you saying that you're going to suspend that person and you're not doing a damn thing about it makes me feel as though you might be a little biased. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So, of course, Pelosi has to jump in, and she's trying to invoke her right with the 25th Amendment, which states that Speaker of the House would become president, if I remember correctly. If I don't, correct me, please, in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure that's what the 25th Amendment says. Pelosi, slow your roll. Please, chill out. If you didn't know, Mike Pence and the Second Lady tested negative for COVID. So before you even decide to walk into the Oval Office and sit in that nice chair behind that awesome desk, looking out over our great country, remember that Mike Pence is up next in line. So just something to kind of keep in the back of your old head, you know, just chill out, lady. Come on. Let's be real about this. All right. So with that out of the way, again, I wish the president gets well. We're less than a month away from the election. Actually, we're exactly a month away from the election. Actually, a month and 2 days, if I'm looking at it correctly. Okay, so what's everyone freaking out this time? What's everyone freaking out about? Well, if you didn't catch the debate, I have the whole live stream. Took about 2 hours to do. We started at 5:30 and ended at about 7:30. We got everything on tape, me and Miss Ivy. It was a fun time. We laughed, we critiqued, we shouted at the screen, but in all, it was a good experience. Thank you for everyone who came out and sat with us and chilled during the debate. The video might be a little choppy, but the audio's there, so go ahead and take a look at that. So again, what's everyone freaking out about? Well, you know, over the years, media has asked Donald Trump on so many occasions, do you condemn white supremacy? And over again, he has come out and said, yes, I condemn all forms of violence, white supremacy. He condemns the KKK and, you know, all these hate groups around the country.
We are a country that stands united in condemning hate and evil in all of its very ugly forms. The anti-Semitic threats targeting our Jewish community and community centers are horrible and are painful, and a very sad reminder of the work that still must be done to root out hate and prejudice and evil. About the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. Those who spread violence in the name of bigotry strike at the very core of America. Love for America requires love for all of its people. When we open our hearts to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice, no place for bigotry, and no tolerance for hate. We have it in our power, should we so choose, to lift millions from poverty, to help our citizens realize their dreams, and to ensure that new generations of children are raised free from violence, hatred, and fear. We want our country to be a place where every child from every background can grow up free from fear, innocent of hatred, and surrounded by love, opportunity, and hope. There must be no tolerance for anti-Semitism in America or for any form of religious or racial hatred or prejudice. We must never ignore the vile poison of anti-Semitism or those who spread its venomous creed. With one voice, we must confront this hatred anywhere and everywhere it occurs. We forcefully condemn the evil of anti-Semitism and hate, which must be defeated. In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
So during the debate, Chris Wallace, who, by the way, was not a very neutral moderator for this debate, asked Trump again about, do you condemn white supremacy? And he said, sure. Why are we going through this again? Why are we going backwards here? So the clip that I'm about to show you is what the exchange was. Listen carefully. Take it away.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared
to do
specifically
that, but
do it?
Well,
I
go
would
ahead,
say
sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name. Go ahead.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem.
His
This
own
is a left-wing.
FBI director
This
said
is a left-wing
Go ahead,
problem.
white
Go ahead, sir.
supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you gotta be
not
kidding.
militia. That's what
Oh, really?
his
It's an idea.
his
Okay.
FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well, then,
As you can see, he clearly said, sure, I condemn all forms of white supremacy. But the thing that is getting people on edge is that he pointed out the Proud Boys stand back and stand by, as though he was winking to the Proud Boys to stand by in case something happens, in case anything happens. My thing about it is, as Chris Wallace pointed out, that white supremacists have been the ones terrorizing the country the last 4 or 5 months. But no one wants to condemn Antifa. Even Joe Biden said that Antifa is an idea. Really? An idea? You mean an idea destroy Portland? An idea destroy Kenosha? An idea destroy Minneapolis? You sure? You really want to go with that? Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the guy that's running for president, Joe Biden. An idea destroyed these cities. Okay. So everyone's freaking out over this clip that Trump did not indeed condemn white supremacy. Even the transcripts would even suggest that he did. So I really don't see what the problem is. But here we go again with the Proud Boys. Now, I don't really know much about the Proud Boys. I don't. All I know is that they are the people's answer to Antifa. So in a way, the Proud Boys is pretty much the left's fault for allowing Antifa to run around and destroy cities and topple statues. People aren't going to sit back and take this. Again, the silent majority, not so silent anymore. People don't want to live in a country where you're allowing this level of anarchy. Sorry, I wanted to say anarchism. I don't even know if that's a word. Anarchy. We don't want to live in a country where the left is just turning a blind eye to their destruction while pointing at the other side saying that the white supremacists are destroying everything. No, we all know that's not true. Shut up. The media, you know it's not true. Shut up. Chris Wallace, you know it's not true. Shut up. Stop propagating this false narrative because it's not true. So the Proud Boys were trending on Twitter the very next day. And so, like I said before, I didn't know much about the Proud Boys. I don't know. I just know that they show up whenever Antifa's showing up. So people are under the impression that the Proud Boys are a white supremacist KKK neo-Nazi group. So, of course, when I Googled it, I get this. That the Proud Boys are a outright neo-fascist group. Did I stop there? No. You see, folks, I have this device. I don't know, you might have one, you might not. But I have this device. It's called a phone. You know, this thing that everyone carries around. I have a little Halloween decoration. And look at the little witch go across. That's cool. I have this thing that I pay almost $100 a month to keep on and maintain. You know what I can do whenever I don't know something? I can go into Google and Google it and figure out what the deal is. But of course, you can't really rely on Google these days because even that is a bias to the Democrats. It's a left-wing bias. We all know it. So I kept on scrolling and I kept on scrolling and I kept on scrolling until I came across a video by a gentleman named Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire. This is what he had to say about the Proud Boys.
Lots of false information going around, notably on this issue of race, where it's the same old trick they use against every Republican. They've used it against Donald Trump, even though he's condemned white supremacy a zillion times, including in the debate. But then I guess he had some issue where he didn't then totally condemn this one group that we're being told is a white supremacist group. Joe Biden's already got an attack ad out about it.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared to
do
specifically
that,
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name. Go ahead.
supremacists
Who
and
would
white
you like me to condemn?
White
Proud Boys.
supremacists and right-wing
Proud
militias.
Boys, stand back and stand by.
The Proud Boys, the white supremacists. Do you know? I mean, the Proud Boys, what? They're the successor organization to the Ku Klux Klan, right? They're a bunch of skinhead neo-Nazi white supremacists, right? Right? That's what I've been told by the mainstream media, aren't they? It turns out they're not. It turns out they're not. And do you know how I figured that out? A simple Google search. And then the first article that comes up is USA Today. So I click on USA Today. They're left-wing, but they're a little more balanced, obviously, in the New York Times or something like that. And I see right there at the top that the Proud Boys have ties to white supremacy. Okay, well, all right, they're white supremacists. That's it, right? But luckily, I didn't stop there. Luckily, I read 2 paragraphs down where I found a fact that was very confusing to me. Apparently, the leader of the Proud Boys is a guy named Enrique Tarrio. And Enrique Tarrio is an Afro-Cuban. He's a black Cuban. And then Enrique Tarrio, the Afro-Cuban leader of the alleged white supremacist group, has come out and said that there are, quote, long-standing regulations prohibiting racist, white supremacist, or violent activity. This, according to the group's lawyer, Ronald Coleman. He's also a spokesman, it turns out, for the Proud Boys. Now, Tarrio, the leader, the Afro-Cuban leader, says through Coleman, quote, "We do not care what color you are or what your background is. If you love America, we consider you a brother." And then the group condemned racism, fascism, communism, and socialism. So, okay, we got the white supremacist Proud Boys, run by an Afro-Cuban, condemning racism, fascism, communism, and socialism. Then you've got the left. BLM, in particular BLM, using explicitly racist language, and forget condemning communism and socialism, openly embracing it. The leader of BLM went on television, Patrisse Cullors, and said, "We are trained Marxists." Once again, I should have known. The left is accusing the right of the very thing that the left is doing, and the thing that the right is not doing. Look around the country at the destruction, the violence, the looting, the arson, the statues toppling down. Is that being done by white supremacists? I don't think so. I don't see that. Show me them. I don't see that. I see Antifa. A lot of those guys are white, but I don't think they're white supremacists. I think they're anarchists and communists. I think they're leftists. A lot of it's being done by BLM. I don't think those guys are white supremacists. All of that is being done with the encouragement of elected Democrats. It's just a lie. It's just another lie. Now, I had a hunch about this because I followed the Proud Boys a little bit. I don't really know the group very well, but I remember Gavin McInnes founded it. Gavin McInnes, a comedian. He gets a little edgy, right? He gets in trouble. I don't know. I only know him a little bit, but I've never known Gavin to be a white supremacist. And Gavin's not running it anymore. It's this other fellow, Tarrio. And then I thought, because I've seen it at different, big political rallies, and there's the left there and the right there. I have seen some Proud Boys, and the thing that's a little weird when you see the Proud Boys, if you're told they're white supremacists, is you see a lot of black Proud Boys, and you see a lot of Hispanic Proud Boys. And then it turns out their leader is an Afro-Cuban guy. Just another lie.
Yes. Enrique Tarrio, who is the chairman of the Proud Boys. He is, in fact, an Afro-Cuban. What does that even mean, Afro-Cuban? It means he is an African with Cuban heritage. Do you guys know what's going on in Cuba? Do you guys know the situation in Cuba? In Cuba, I believe, last time I checked, is under a totalitarian regime by Fidel Castro. If you guys remember, about 10, 15 years ago, a little boy named Elian Gonzalez floated here in a tube because he was trying to escape Cuba. His mother drowned because he was trying to escape Cuba. Not really sure what happened to that because I wasn't really into politics, but I remember the name Elian Gonzalez. So Enrique Tarrio is descendant from Cubans. Now, he grew up in Miami, Florida, but I would like to believe that I'm pretty sure that his family actually came here from Cuba. under a totalitarian regime, all right? So he founded the Proud Boys. Now, I'm not really sure if he actually founded the Proud Boys, but I know he's the man in charge. So, folks, listen to me carefully, and I can't believe I have to say this. You ready? Here we go. In order to be a white supremacist, you have to be white. Folks, come on. This is stupid. This is stupid. Everything in 2020 is stupid. Everything past 2015 is stupid. Everything. You have to be white to be a white supremacist. White supremacists aren't going to join a group head up by an Afro-Cuban. They're not even going to try and infiltrate it to make it look bad. Why? Because they hate anything that's not white. I'm not a white supremacist. I'm a black dude. Come on, folks. Let's figure this out. This is common sense. You can't join a hate group with the primary requirement being that you have to be white. It doesn't work like that. Enrique Tarrio is of Afro-Cuban descent. And this man has probably seen more oppression than the white liberals dressed up in all black destroying cities right now. How does that even make sense, folks? How does that even equate to the idea that this is a white supremacist group? Wow. Wow. You know, you want to live in a country that's full of diversity? Sure, let's have it. We're a melting pot. That's what America is. People coming here from different parts of the world to escape whatever tyranny they might have endured, or just to start over in a new country. That's fine. We welcome diversity. That's what Americans are for. That's what we believe in. That is our culture. So why is it whenever we decide to become patriotic, to celebrate our American culture, those people who do that and defend what America stands for are deemed white supremacists? Listen, this word has been thrown around so much, racist, white supremacist, neo-Nazi, fascist, that you can't even really locate and identify a racist, a bigot, a fascist, a neo-Nazi, a white supremacist, because it's thrown around so much. It's like you guys are crying wolf. If someone pointed out the window and say, look, there's a neo-Nazi, most of us would be like, okay, sure, whatever, and walk away. Throwing these terms around gives a cover to the actual neo-Nazi, white supremacist, racist, fascists, okay? There are no fascists running around destroying anything except Antifa. They call themselves anti-fascist, but they are not. They are the very definition of what fascism is. Look up fascism. The same people crying about fascism are the ones who are demanding more government control, which in itself is a form of fascism. Folks, you can't make this up. The mental gymnastics the left are trying to pull on us is absolutely astounding. I, for one, am not falling for it anymore. It doesn't make a lick of sense. But Trump is a fascist. Trump is the one who is advocating for less government control. Again, government was put in place to protect our God-given rights of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and that all men are created equal. That's what the Constitution says. That's what the Declaration of Independence says. That's what it does. That's what it was designed to do. Folks, listen, like I said before, we are all about diversity here. No one's debating this. But when it's stuffed down your throat that we have to celebrate Black culture, that we have to celebrate Latino culture, that we have to celebrate gay culture, or gay pride, or whatever, but when it comes to celebrating 4th of July, you're a racist. When it comes to celebrating Columbus Day, you're a fascist. When it comes to celebrating President's Day, you're a racist because you are celebrating on this day. Let me tell you, folks, all those days that we celebrate American holidays, you don't go to work. Now, if you really want to protest those holidays, take your ass to work on those holidays then. How about that? No? Then stop complaining about it when people want to celebrate how awesome their country is. If people from other countries can come here and enjoy themselves and wave their flag while also being outspoken, proud Americans, then we should be able to wave our American flag everywhere and show people that we're proud to be an American. You should be proud to be an American too. We are the greatest country on earth, and everyone on this planet knows it. So stop it. Stop it. Stop teaching this critical race theory bullshit about how America is systemically racist. And because if you take advantage of any system that America has, then you're a racist too. Stop it. It is stupid. It is the most harmful thing you can tell a child is that doesn't matter how hard you work, because of the color of your skin, you're not going to get very far because America is systemically racist. That is the worst thing you can tell a child. Critical race theories promote that. Let's stop it, folks. Let's start telling our children how great of a country we are. And let's tell them all the good parts along with all the bad parts too. Because we've learned from our mistakes as a country, as a people. That's it. Simple. All right, guys, that's my rant for the day. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back with more Culture Shock. Oh, one more thing. I will be live streaming the vice presidential debate. I believe it's on Wednesday. I will give you guys more information on that. So follow me on Twitter, Will at Heroic Studios. Join my Discord, same name, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. I may do another video before the debate this week. So that way you guys get more information, and that way I will see you guys there. I'm Will at Heroic Studios. I am your red conservative, and I will see you guys later in another episode of Culture Shock. Enjoy your weekend, folks, and please don't burn anything down. Just don't.